the first for the director, which is the message of the movie, which is the difficult to telling this story.
Right, the message is that I wanted to normalize a lesbian relationship. And so really my aim is for the last of the homophobe to actually want for them to end up together. So if I actually manage to do that, I've done my job. I like people to actually just see this as a love story. Doesn't matter the sex, doesn't matter the gender, doesn't matter all of that. It's a love story, and normal people tend to want the love story to happen, and that's one of the messages. On all of this, I wanted it to put on the backdrop of fashion, because fashion has to be, in my opinion, revisited. It's not just about glamour, it's about research, it's about also social issues. It has the power to actually tackle all of this because it reaches out so much. So, it's based on the fashion revolution in Britain. There is a new wave, a new way of looking at fashion, making it more inclusive in terms of body shapes, of abilities, making it more inclusive in terms of gender fluidity, and also keeping a very strong eye on what sustainability is, because fashion could be incredibly polluting. And instead, there's a lot of people that are trying to actually invert this tendency. So this is, to me, all of these themes were very, very important.
Thank you.
Our difficulties, difficulties. I would like to have more time, because this was shot in 4 weeks, and to shoot a movie like that in 4 weeks over 3 different locations, traveling from London to Rome to the south of Italy, it has not been easy. And there's always a budget matter, but hey.
It's money.
Money.
It's always money.
It's always about that.
Okay, for the character, for the actress, how are the values of inclusivity narrated with your characters, both? The values of inclusivity.
For the characters or for themselves? For the characters?
Yeah.
So how important they are to their characters?
Well, I think that when Olivia meets Nina, she sees another different world, and she likes it, and she wants to be part of it, and she wants to work in fashion in a correct and polite way for the planet, which is very important nowadays, because we cannot make revolutions every day, but we can make the difference with small things and small steps if we all work at it like a community. And so I think that this was her value, and once she met Nina, her values just became bigger, because she saw London, another world different from where she was, and she really wanted to change, and she had the courage to do it and to change.
For Nina, my character, I mean, she's out, she's very open, she has a big personality, she's ultimately free, but I think what she learns from Olivia is she realizes that she's not being as brave as she thinks she is. I think she gets back into design because Olivia opens her eyes to kind of, and gives her the inspiration to do her own designs again, rather than stay in the safety of teaching and as a professor at the university. Values-wise, Nina believes in sustainability. She believes in having strong connections and passion and love for her students. It's her whole world, all of it. I think Nina's world is the whole movie.
Yeah.
Sustainability,
Exactly.
fashion, you know, open relationships, gender fluidity, and you know, Nina's probably dated men, women, you know, everybody. So
Yeah.
she sees love as love.
Okay. How can fashion today tell or narrate inclusive and social message? Everyone, this question.
Well, it's about what I just said before, more or less, in terms fashion has got the power to actually address and focus on particular issues in their fashion shows, for example. When I worked in fashion, I was directing and choreographing the social event that was within the Fashion Week in Rome. They always picked up one event that was social. So one it was about gypsies, the other one it was about the North Africa fashion, and so every time they had some theme. If every time a stylist or a big brand comes out with this kind of aim and uses also the publicity and addresses the publicity in a certain way, slowly we eat ground. You know, we take ground away from conventions and we gain ground on the opposite of it, on open-mindedness, on a social level. So, for example, it has nothing to do with based just an example, it's nothing to do with fashion, but IKEA in Italian, IKEA, has done several publicity adverts with gay couple, for gay couple, including the normality of a gay couple in the social, you know, in the society, and thinking about them. So if every brand in fashion too were to use something like that, fashion would have a very, very strong power to change things. And there are some brands that obviously do it. Gender fluidity is a big thing. I mean, Comme des Garçons or you know, John Galliano. I mean, they are all playing with gender now, and that is important because the people look at something that is and that can make things more acceptable.
And how does the human experience of the two women change the world of the fashion to make it more sustainable?
One of them.
How does the world?
What does the human experience,
Experience.
the two women, the two characters, change the world of the fashion to make it more sustainable?
Well, Olivia comes from a family of tailors, and you can see this in the movie. And like her father was a third-generation tailor, right? And so she grew up in fashion, and maybe it's not written in the movie, but maybe she saw fashion that well, and so she realized that she just wanted to do it differently and do it more sustainable because she wanted like the world to continue for like years and years. That's it.
And also, one of the things, you know, is sustainability, and there's a lot of, the characters talk a lot about waste. There is so much waste in fashion, so just to be able to use some of those materials again to create something else. And Nina uses recycled materials with her students to make new clothing, which is actually really it helps students really think and get creative, and I think it's quite innovative for students to just use fabrics and come up with something new from those fabrics, and it helps the world too, so it's always a good thing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.